What up, Cowboy fans and YouTubers? It's that BA Dallas Cowboy fan coming back at you. Welcome to Phase 2 of the off-season schedule. It has begun. It begins and lasts till the Friday, the end of the week. And then they will head into Phase 3, which should last approximately 3 weeks into June. Then they'll take that time off. And they'll be back for training camp in July. Heading up to Oxnard is the plan. With the COVID rules and everything in place, they weren't sure if they were going to be allowed to do it this season. But apparently, Jerry Jones has kept his ear to the ground, and he has made sure that any chance to go was going to happen, making sure that they do practice all protocols or anything that's going to come up, and that they're ready to go. So it's exciting for the players, especially the rookies who didn't get to go last year. So I guess second-year players, and the new coaching staff who didn't get to go last year. It's going to be a bit of return to normalcy for the Dallas Cowboys. What I'm looking at this week is pretty much almost a full-on go, aside from contact this week. I want to see how the older vets do with the rookies coming in, basically taking their spots. Is anybody going to step up? Step their game up? Is anybody going to slouch? Is anybody going to, are there going to be mentors? Are they going to be sharing secrets, tips? What is it going to be like when all these personalities and egos get on the field together and mesh? We'll get a bit of a clearer look at the defense and what that's going to look like, and where these guys may line up, possibility, because I know Jabril Cox and Neal and probably Van Der Esch are more than likely going to rotate a lot more than Parsons and Jalen. So that's how the linebacker crew is going to go. And speaking of linebackers, the defensive special, he had a funny title. Defensive consultant, George Edwards, has been working with the linebackers at the rookie camp, and he'll probably continue to work with them on individual basis, including what the normal linebacker coach is going to give him. But it's nice to see, he has a role this year, because when they brought him in as a special consultant last year, we were like, well, what the hell does that mean? What's that going to look like, because some guys disappear, and I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he was the defensive coordinator before Marinelli, and he got turned into a defensive consultant and was never seen again. So who knows what the heck happened? If y'all remember his name, please remind me in the comments. I can't remember it right off the top of my head. And he thought his Tampa 2 was still so sophisticated in this day and age, and it just failed. And then he was basically put out to pasture. But yeah, I can't wait to see the line groups, what they're going to do with Bahana and Osa Odigizua, where they're going to line up all the time, probably. And what these ends are going to rotate in and out, because this will be the first full-on off-season that Randy Gregory has had, I want to say since his rookie year, maybe. I don't think he's had a full off-season due to all his suspensions. So this was a good look for him to get work in, The corners, of course, if they don't start Joseph as an outside corner, he could play slot. And if that's the case, somebody's going to get bumped. So we'll see how that rotation works out. We got to see how the safeties are going to get together and what kind of things they'll be looking at. I want to know who's going to be on special teams. Who's going to be our kick and punt returners? You know, you don't want to have an offensive starter actually doing it and with the possibility of getting hurt unless it's a special onside kick or something again. A special play that need that kind of firepower. But, yeah, I want to see who's the regular going to be. Because over the years since Dwayne Harris left us, they haven't figured out who the heck a more permanent role is for kick and punt returns. You had Cole Beasley for the longest. And then, you know, once he left, that was it. So let's really hunker down this week. The guys are going to get full on into the install mode. They got the Zoom meetings. They got the playbooks. Now it's a chance to really start hunkering down, getting the technique part of it down pat before training camp. And this is where it begins. This is where the install begins. Of course, looking ahead to Tampa Bay as the first game of the season, that's going to be something they look towards all year, well, all off season. And as far as the preseason games, it's going to give us a good chance of what possibly may happen. Who's going to run out with the first teams, second teams, you know, the backups, and finally get some action back in. We have the advantage of playing 4 preseason games instead of 3 due to the Hall of Fame game that was postponed to this year. So it'll be nice to see what our rookies can come up and do against the Steelers. That's going to be a good barometer, depending on who they're going to put out there at which times. So I can't wait. I'm excited. But that's just me. But that's all I really wanted to talk about right now. We'll get into it as the week goes by. But I hope you guys have a good, happy, safe Monday. Take care out there. And I'll talk to you next time. This will be VA Dallas Cowboy fan. Out.